Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Greek people and cannibals, and welcome to Gustav Making Stuff. Today we are going to do something that has not been heavily requested at all. The pipe pistol from Fallout 4. Oh, Pipe Revolver, sorry. Let's get going. So what you need is an old broken toy gun with kind of, this one is actually kind of a functional-ish mechanics thingy. Different pipe sizes, a little bit larger pipe thing and this thing. And a bunch of screws and nuts and bolts and things. Let's get going!
Yes, so now we are gonna try to cut off all the parts we don't need for this thing. This thing is not gonna be 100% accurate, but whatever. So we're just gonna try to make it look as much possible we can do to. We already have this little gun here. So cut it off, and also make for the gun cylinder magazine. It certainly has a specific name for it, but I can't remember it right now. Anyway, just cut them out of foam while you know, pressing it and turning it at the same time, and then put it back on. And now we are going to make some little smaller holes with a smaller piece of pipe. It's gonna be 6 holes in this, but I tried to make 6 of them, but I kind of messed it up because I used the wrong size of that thing. But whatever, you see what I did there, you can probably do that better. Anyway, so now we're just gonna glue that on the back side there. And now, due to this has to be put somewhere, we have to cut off the barrel, which I was hoping to save, but it's too big. So I'm gonna saw that off. And I maybe have forgot to film this part here, but I don't really know. But I just put and glued the smaller piece of pipe in there where the barrel used to be, and then attached it to it. Yes, and now we're gonna place the barrels and measure them out in a little bit, because we're gonna have 2 same sizes, which is gonna be up and down. And now we have drilled 4 holes next to each other, and now we're going to cut them out. You see, I just temporarily put the piece down there by gluing it so it will be easier. Because now I'm going to cut that piece out in plastic. I just did there, you see, like that. And for some extra support, I actually drilled and put a bolt through it with a nut on the other side. So you see, now it's actually started taking a little bit more shape of it. I'm just going to cut that out so you can squeeze the trigger, because that mechanism still works. And here we have a piece of plastic from an old barrel, which is completely unnecessary. But I'm going to squeeze that over there, and it's a bit too, thick, this plastic, so I have to, you know, mark it to cut that out. But that's just me not measuring properly. So you see, like that. And I also have made it so it will shaped it around it, the barrel thingy. And now it's going to bend this and measure it this several times, so it's still, and you see it's going to be something like that. And I'm going to put the barrel back in like that. And now we're going to put some other smaller pieces of pipe there over the bigger over the smaller one, and actually put a piece in the middle there to make the loading mechanism. This cannot be open and loaded, but you see, that's how it will look like with a part that is up there. It's going to be having well, now let's go on to the handle here, which I take this spike strip and going to freehand measure this out and twist it to the shape it will be. This is one of my favorite things when it comes to metal strips, to actually use this instead. And you see, like that, I put a bolt with a finger guard there, so it will, and see, so the things will work properly when you squeeze the trigger. And now we're just going to put a bolt in the backside here. I already had a very rusty bolt, so I will keep that, not paint that, because it's already rusty, and you know, in Fallout things are rusty. You see how very nice that looks. And now I'm just going to tape this thing. So it will look more like metal, and cut it out and unfold it around it. This might be a very cheap way, but it looks good, so why not? And now we're actually going to we have to make like several pieces on it like that. And now I have drilled a little hole And I'm gonna put a nail so that thing will be pulled down into the barrel because it's just springing up again. And we're going to do a little bit of eyesight there, just cut out a little bit of piece of plastic like that. And see, so it actually kind of lines up in a good way. You see that the hammer is kind of short, so I had put this thing up on top there, but you see it looks kind of like it's supposed to in the game almost. And I'm gonna spray that black and then silver, and I'll peel off all the things that actually was kind of looking good to begin with. So you see, like that. And now the painting. First we're gonna do everything brown and kind of dry brush it. And after that we're going to make it brown with a bit of green in, greenish brownish, and also a little bit of greenish brownish yellowish on some parts. We're going to make it like it looked in the game, and also smear that out. So you can spend a lot of time to make this looks really good greenish thingy. Because I come to the conclusion that I might gonna do this to the pipe rifle also, which I did before, because that's only was brown, but I did have a lot less time to spend on it. So, you see, I'm just going to have now very thick brown paint on some parts. We're going to make rust. And we're going to make a little bit of special rust that is just paint-based. So, when you have painted that, and it's supposed to be a little bit of red also in, because rust kind of has several colors. There's also a little bit of yellow. You will see soon that it will look very good. But it will supposed to be very, very wet and thick. And then we're going to take some sawdust and put that on the wet spots of color. Like that, and also gonna fill that in with new brown paint, so it will look very, very nice. We have the texturing of that thing. Here is a little bit of I took this hockey tape, which is kind of very thick fabric tape, with there's also a bit of glue to it, but you see it looks kind of thick, so I chose to cut the whole thing in half instead of do it so it will more look like it is in the game, like that. And you see, there we go, a very nice pipe pistol. And you see here the difference in the color ring that I might gonna transfer to the other one. I hope you like this tutorial. Thank you very much, and subscribe, and I hope I can make more of this soon.